Alrighty, gonna look at negative numbers today, which is a fan favourite of many and confuses a lot of people. So I've pinched this from another part of my work that I use for teaching. Addition and subtraction of negative numbers. Imagine a little man who can only walk backwards and forwards along a number line. If you remember from part 2, up this end is positive infinity, whoop, and up the other end is negative infinity. A long way off down that way, so that you can have any negative number up to negative infinity to the left and any number up to positive infinity to the right. Anyway, if you've got this as an example, -3 minus -7. The first -3, write this down actually, it's easier up here. -3 minus -7. So what I'm saying is that first -3 there, that's where your little man is going to start from. The next sign, this one, is the direction he's facing. So if it's a minus sign, he's going to be looking this way, and if it's a plus sign, he's going to be looking that way. And then the -7, this part, tells you how many steps he's going to move. So if he's looking to the left and he's moving -7 steps, he's going to be walking backwards along the line to the right by 7 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer to this sum, I better use a different colour. Let's use green. -3 minus -7 is 4. So at this point I'd like you to have a go at a few of these. They're deliberately written with pluses and minuses all over the place to try and confuse you, and I'm going to go through them once you've paused the video and had a go. Okay, let's start with this top one. +3 plus +3. The correct way of doing this, come on, when you've got signs that are together like that, is to combine them. So if you've got 2 pluses, a plus and a plus together will make a plus. So +3 plus 3 is going to give you +6 as an answer. Next, let's look at this. I have got a plus and a minus next to each other. So if I have a plus and a minus, that's going to give me a minus. So -3 minus 3, if I'm going from -3, I'm going something more negative, which means it's going to end up here. Similar deal, minus and a plus. This will also give a minus. So I've got +3, take away 3, 0 is my answer. And finally, what happens when you've got 2 minuses together? A minus with a minus next to each other will make this plus. So if that's plus there, minus 3 plus 3, I'm going to get a zero-sum result. Here, 3 plus 3, rather simply, is 6. Minus 3 plus 3, 0. Plus 3 minus 3, 0. Minus 3 minus 3, minus 6. So notice I didn't need to use this plus minus table until the two signs were in between the numbers next to each other. When they are, you just got to remember, if the signs are the same, then you're going to get a positive. If the signs are different, then you're going to get a negative. And the man will move left or right depending on what the sign says. Similar deal with addition and division. So these sums, you should be fairly familiar with what you're going to get as an answer. 9 divided by 3, that is going to give me 3. And 9 times 3, that is going to be 27. As soon as I introduce a minus sign, so if I've got minus 9 divided by 3, I'll get minus 3 as an answer. And also, if it's 9 divided by minus 3, I'm going to get minus 3 as an answer. Similar with the multiplying, minus 9 times 3, minus 27. 9 times minus 3, minus 27. When you've got the two minuses, minus and a minus will make the plus. So this will give me a positive 3 as an answer and a positive 27. I hope that made sense. It is down to practice with a lot of these, and you're going to get a lot of that with what I'm going to add to this video. I'm going to go through a few more questions now. If you want to have a go at them and pause the video, then come back. Fair play. Okay, so we have got plus and minus here. That's going to generate a minus. So the question is minus 3 minus 7. That will give me minus 10 as the answer. Next, minus 4 minus 6. That's also going to be minus 10, because you're going from something negative to something more negative. Minus 2 plus 8. So you're adding 8 to negative 2. So I could write that the other way round and say, well, 8 minus 2. Yeah, it's the same thing. That will give positive 6. 8 take 2 is 6. Minus 7 minus 13. Again, very similar to the minus 4 minus 6 is minus 10. This will give minus 20 as an answer. We've got minus and a minus here next to each other. Those will become a plus. Minus 3 plus 5, 2. So this one's slightly different. We've got a starting point and we've got an answer. Minus 3 minus something will make minus 7. So I'm going from a smaller negative number to a bigger negative number. I have to take away 4. Did I just skip 6? Yeah, I think I did. Minus 3 plus 9 is the same as 9 minus 3. Gives 6. Now, how do I go from 10 to 20 with a minus sign in between? Well, this is going to take advantage of the fact that a minus and a minus will make a plus when you put them together. 10 minus minus 10 is the same as 10 plus 10 gives 20. Similar deal here. Minus 7 Minus and a minus, that's the same as a positive. 9 plus 7 is 16. And then if you have a positive 11, take away 11, gives 0 as a out. And then we go on to multiplication. So, with these, I just want you to think of the times tables without the minuses first and foremost. So if I was to do 12 times 3, 36. Now, is the answer positive or negative? It's going to be negative because I have a positive here and a minus, and a plus and a minus makes a minus. 3 5s, 15. Is it positive or negative? It's negative because you've got negative in front of the 5 and a positive in front of the 3. 15 times 3, that's going to be 45. Positive or negative? Positive, because you've got minus times minus. 7 times 9, that should be the 4 seasons, 63. Is it positive or negative? Negative and a positive makes a negative. Negative 63. 7 times 9, same answer, 63. Minus times a minus is a plus. Gives me 63 as an answer. 3 8s, 24. Is it positive or negative? Positive, because you've got 2 minuses times together makes a positive. 6 8s, 48. Positive or negative? Negative 48. 7 2s, 14. Positive or negative 14? Negative, because you've got just a single minus sign. 9 times 9, 81. Is it positive or is it negative? Well, you've got a minus times a minus. That makes a plus. I didn't need to put the plus in there, but I'm just showing that if you have a negative times a negative, you got a positive. Similar deal here, negative times a negative is a positive. Now, what's 100 times 100? Well, if we remember from our times moving the decimal point along, when you're timesing by 100, it goes 2 places to the right. Fill in the gaps with zeros. That will give me the answer of 10,000. (35) divide 7. So we have to think of what numbers multiply together to give 35. 7 times 5 is 35. Is it a positive or negative 5? Positive 35, negative 7, negative 5. Minus 34 and minus 17. 2 minuses make a plus. 17 times 2 is 34. Negative 50 divided by 10. That's going to be negative 5. Minus 121 divided by 11, minus 11. Minus 132 and minus 12. Minus and a minus is a plus. 11 12s are 132. 196 divided by 14. So this one is a bit more tricky. 14 squared is 14 times 14. And I think you'll find that's 196. So we're going to have negative 14 here, because we've got a negative 14 and a positive 196. Similar deal here, negative, because you've got a negative 52 and a positive 26. Plus and a minus makes a minus 2. Lastly, 11 times 9 is 99, so it's going to be positive 9. I hope that's made some sense for you. These do require practice, hence I'm going to give you some questions to look at alongside alongside this video and keep going with them, keep practicing.